Hey, it's Phil Bruce here, and in today's video, I want to talk about not rushing when you're trying to do something and take your time on the journey. Why is this important? Why don't we look to rush things? Why don't we look to get things done straight away? Now, I've got to say I'm guilty of it. Very, very guilty of it at times, where if I want to achieve something, I want to get it all done yesterday. I want to really put in the work. I want to make it happen. I want to make those goals be achieved. And it's not a bad thing. You know, it's a good thing to show you've got the ambition. It's a good thing to show that you want to do stuff and you are coming up with plans to do stuff and make stuff happen. But we also need to flip it on its head as well and think about why we need to be patient. So, for example, if you are building a career, why do we need to be patient on it? Well, let's think about it. If you want to build a career in a certain topic or subject, so for example, if you want to build it in football and soccer, whatever you want to call it. Now, if you want to build it as a manager or a coach, you're not going to be able to just get it straight away. It's not a fact that you will just be able to turn up and coach or manage the top teams. You won't be able to just work with the top players. There's a process and a procedure within it. So what do those processes contain? Well, there's quite a lot of them. So they could contain things such as getting your qualifications, which can take time in itself, especially as the qualifications get higher. So, for example, here in the UK and England, we've got our entry level into football. We've got our level 2, or now it's called a UEFA C licence. You've got a UEFA B licence, you've got a UEFA A licence, you've got a pro licence as well. So, for example, the entry route into football means you can just do some coaching at grassroots level, you can do some in schools, you can do some as football community coaches. So you can get paid for doing it. You can get paid for being in that role, which is great. And it gives you the basic knowledge. So it gives you the basic knowledge of what coaching's about, the do's and don'ts within coaching, advice within coaching, guidelines within coaching, and baseline kind of drills and exercises that you can do to improve skill, technique, fitness, social elements, physical elements, all that kind of stuff. No, but that won't let you then go into a professional club. So then you look at your C licence, or the level 2 is when I did it. Again, that gives you more detail onto the coaching. It gives you more aspects, more details on specific drills. It gives you more of the kind of guidelines to get better topics covered or more knowledge shown within your coaching and to be able to set out a better drill to get more results and various factors within that. Now, as that's a higher up course than the entry-level introduction to football, it's going to take longer. It can take 6 months, 3 months, 9 months, 12 months. Straight away, you can see it's not going to take. You're not going to be able to just do it like that. It's going to take time. And why is it important to take time? It's important to take time because you are building up the knowledge. You're building up the experience by going out there and practicing coaching, getting feedback, trying things that will work, trying things that won't work. You are also able to watch things on YouTube. You're able to listen to podcasts. You're able to read things and other channels and things like that as well. So you're gaining more knowledge and more understanding from watching things and more of an education. And then it allows you to build up that competency that when you want to take on the final assessment, you feel ready to do it. And if you pass it, great, fantastic. If you don't, you've got a chance to do it again. Then you've got the B licence. Now, the B licence then allows you to go into professional football clubs, but kind of like at an academy level, or it allows you to go into, when I say professional clubs, it allows you go in, when I say professional, it kind of means I'm talking on the spectrum of clubs that pay. So it could still be in a semi-professional league. Nowadays, grassroots and amateur leagues pay. So you could look at it in that spectrum. You could look at it in, as I say, if you are going towards a national league level, it allows you to get an assistant coach or a coach's role rather than a manager's role to a degree. Even though you could argue that there are some managers in the National League and just under the professional game of League Two that haven't got a qualification. but it kind of is more of a spectrum, especially in the women's game as well. As you are looking to get up the higher tiers, the minimum requirement from tier 5, tier 4 teams, tier 3 is UEFA B, which is what I've currently got. And again, that just gives you even more knowledge. It allows you not just to set up a coaching drill, but you are looking at a phase of play. So you're looking at how to set up a style. You're looking at how to set a defense versus attack kind of scenario that you can make more game realistic. And then that allows you to do more detailed coaching that gets brought into the game. So again, that usually can take up to 12 months to pass and qualify on that, and doing all the stuff in the background. Then you've got your A license, which ends up costing a lot more money and it takes up more time. But then it does allow you to become more of a lead coach or an assistant manager, or you're looking at a manager's role potentially in the professional game, especially at, potentially League 2 and say crossover with National League. You've got that opportunity as well. Again, far more detail on game-related coaching, game-related drills. So you could set the teams up. How do we defend this? How do we attack that? What's our position? What's our route? And be able to make more in-game changes at a higher level. Again, that probably takes another 12 months, can take 18 months. And it can be very, very difficult to get onto that qualification unless you're at a professional club in the first place, or if you're coaching a women's team higher up, for example. So it's not just the case that you will apply for the course and get it. You can often get rejected. So again, it's about getting more and more experience in the back burner, more and more experience at a higher level, getting it at these professional clubs. Then you've got your pro license, which is after the A license, and which will then allow you to look to manage in the Premier League, the Championship, League 1, League 2. Again, it's a lot more money, a lot of time, and a lot of detail. And then within that one, it's also talking about how you deal with press conferences, how you deal with all the kind of stuff behind the scenes, like meetings and transfers and all the other bits of running within the club. So it's getting you prepared to deal with being able to manage a club on the pitch and off the pitch at an elite level. So straight away you can see there that it's a massive build-up and it'll take time. And if you were lucky to get on every course straight away and pass every course straight away, you're probably looking there at a minimum of 5 to 6 years, unless you get fast track because you're being an ex-pro. But my point is it's about being patient, it's about building the experience, the quality, it's about learning, it's about educating yourself in the time and at the time, and showing that you are building the foundations bit by bit, stage by stage, and you're not just rushing to get in. So I just want to give that as a kind of more of a thorough example to see how that links in. Another advantage of taking your time is you will feel ready, or you'll feel more prepared to do it. Because I've been there, I'm sure you've been there, we've all been there, where you think straight away, I can take on a job, I can do this, I can do some stuff with, family life, it might be, or an opportunity comes up, or it might be even doing a sport that you've not trained for or not prepared for. You think you're going to take it on, you think it'll be easy enough to do. And then you realise through that experience, through feedback, that actually you're not ready. So it could be you've taken on a job too soon, a management role, again, whether it's in football, soccer, or whether it's in any kind of business, admin business, it could be a builder's business, it could be whatever it is to manage people. If you've not got the experience of managing people, delegating things and all the other stuff, the admin, everything in the background, you will get to a stage where the odds are you can't do your job as effectively as what you want to do. So then it's probably the better route is to start off shadowing a manager or a CEO, working with them or doing stuff for free, to understand what they do, to experience what they do, to build in what they do, and get that experience without being chucked too much at the deep end. And think about it as well. If you do something before you're ready and it doesn't work, your confidence can be knocked. And as a result, if confidence is knocked, sometimes we feel like we can't do it again, or we won't want to put ourselves in that element of doing it again, unless we've got real good mental strength, in the sense of we've got that persistence, we've got that understanding of just going for it again and be determined to do it again. It could knock our confidence if we're trying to do things too quickly. So my advice really is to take your time, and that's something that I'm constantly trying to coach myself on. Again, I'll give you the example at the moment, like with exercise classes, I'm wanting to have every class where I want to have loads of people in. So I've set some up at Pure Gym in Stoke, and to be fair, they are going very, very well. We're averaging about 12 people, 12 to 14 most weeks or most sessions, and I do 3 a week at the moment, and I've got a 4th one coming. But I naturally want to go in there, set it up, and have 15, 16, 17 people every week from the start. But I've had to realise, and I do realise, that it's a building job. Even if you start with 2 or 3, you make it fun, enjoyable and beneficial for the 2 or 3. You build up the relationship for the 2 or 3. You make them come back, or you want them to come back. They then refer you to other people. They talk about you positively to other people, which then branches up and builds the numbers and allows you to build on for the longer term. So more and more people start coming. And it's not just about coming, it's about retaining them and keeping them. So it's a gradual, longer term job, and it's building the foundations. And again, it's like managing the women's football team that I do at the moment, Sandbach United Women. I've wanted to build it from rock bottom, where it basically was when I come in, and I'm wanting success straight away. But it doesn't work like that. It's doing things like bringing finances in, sponsors in, bringing players in, making the changing room more appealing for the girls to come in, being more professional in the sense of the atmosphere that you've got there, making it enjoyable, good quality coaching. You want to get the things off the pitch sorted as well as on it. And that takes time. It might even take a year, 2 years, 3 years to start get everything into place. But once you build those blocks and those foundations, then the rest starts taking care of itself. So I hope you found this video useful. I hope you found the little subject that I've talked about useful, in the sense of not rushing things and taking your time when it comes to progress, when it comes to building the foundations. Hope that you're doing well. As always, sending my love and best wishes. I do really appreciate the support that you give me, so thank you so much for that. If there's anything you want me to talk about, please let me know, and I happily will. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. So until then, take care, sending my love, and bye for now.